Thank you, Tamika. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's regional news. We commence in Jamaica. The Ministry of Health and Wellness, MOHW, says it will be procuring supplies of the antiviral drug remdesivir through the National Health Fund for the treatment of COVID-19 infection in public facilities. The decision to approve the drug for COVID-19 patients, said the ministry, is based on available scientific evidence, including in the New England Journal of Medicine, that showed remdesivir may be effective in the treatment of COVID-19. The drug, it said, has been shown to reduce the length of in-hospital stay by 5 days and to reduce mortality rates by 4%. However, the ministry advised that clinical trials were still ongoing in various countries and that, so far, the drug has not received full approval in any country and is being used under, and I quote, emergency use authorization, end of quote, in some countries. We continue with news from Barbados. Barbados is not on the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) list of countries deemed safe for its citizens to travel. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has so far deemed 5 Eastern Caribbean countries safe. These countries that have no travel notice issued against them are Anguilla, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention said the COVID-19 risk in these countries is very low. However, back on the CDC's front are Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Puerto Rico, St. Martin, Trinidad and Tobago, Turks and Caicos Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, which all fall on the list of Level 3 high-risk countries. For these countries, the CDC urges travelers to, and I quote, avoid, end of quote, and consider postponing non-essential travel. This advisory came exactly a week after Barbados copped the Sea Trade Cruise Award for Destination of the Year, beating out fellow Caribbean country St. Kitts and Nevis, which remains on the CDC's list. And finally, a Guyanese-American man is suing Caribbean Airlines after he unwittingly transported drugs to New York from the Chetty Jagan International Airport 2 years ago. Simeon Wilson, a Queens resident, told the New York Post that his nightmare began after he had spent a week with family celebrating his elderly father's birthday. According to documents filed in the Brooklyn Federal Court, the 50-year-old said he picked up his luggage from the carousel on arrival at the John F. Kennedy International Airport, and he failed to notice a necktie affixed to his bags, which was a sign that his luggage was tampered with. He was pulled aside by U.S. Customs agents shortly after and arrested when 2,000 grams of cocaine were found inside his bags. The case was dropped almost 3 months later after prosecutors determined the bags had been tampered while in the sole custody of Caribbean Airlines. Wilson said his troubles continue as his reputation in the Queens Guyanese community has been ruined and he lost his job. He stated that he is also frequently pulled aside by customs at airports because his name is flagged and he has to carry proof that the case was dropped. Wilson is seeking unspecified amount for damages from a Caribbean airline. Meanwhile, the manager for cooperative communications, Dion Legore, stated the matter is currently before the court and as such, Caribbean Airlines is restricted in providing any particulars at this time. That is all for your regional news. Thank you for joining. Back to you, Tamika.